Hi Neida, this is really difficult for me to say because when I leave India, I'm going to miss you quite a bit.
My mind goes back all the way to Institute, and I remember one distinct conversation with you and Shrey at lunch where both of you said that the food was just so good, and at that moment I was just like, are you being serious? Am I supposed to be okay with it?
Basically, you know all my deepest, darkest secrets anyways, and it's just how it's magical that how we just fit together in the work, the way you understand me, know me, and how I know you, and it just fit very well.
I still remember meeting you when I visited your school to see your classroom, and I absolutely fell in love with you and your kids. I think you are a wonderful teacher, and I still remember the card that I wrote for you. At the end of the card I wrote that I hope you always stay a teacher because the magic that you have with your kids and in the classroom is just so inspiring.
That was a moment that made me realize how grateful you were for everything that was that was around you, and how and just the joy, just the fact that you were so positive just made the environment around you so joyful, and which is something that I have always felt in your classroom every time I have visited and every time others have visited. I think the joy is just so palpable, and it's because of who you are and how much of yourself you bring into the classroom.
I've been your program manager since the time I became program manager, so your classroom is one of my favorite classrooms as such. I've seen you and your children grow from the beginning till now, and I show off your class as if it's something great that I've done. I really like coming to your class. I like bringing people to your class, and I know I've told you a lot of times, like whenever I have a bad morning and I want to improve it a little bit, I come to your class, sit for 10 minutes, and suddenly I feel like I'm in a space which is safe, which is joyful, and which I like a lot.
I also remember sitting down at your registration counter and asking about Guwahati. It starts from there, then to the sunsets that we saw in Institute, and then to the conversations that we had in the temple, and then to the entire my second year of the fellowship where you were always there for me. The conversation specifically for Maya, how hard you've worked. I think I'm extremely grateful to you for all of this.
The time that we used to go for shopping will be so much fun, literally. And that too, the day when you and Sham took me to Alpha 1 Mall and irritated me for the entire stretch. It was so nice, wow. On a serious note, you're actually a very nice person and a very good friend. And I'm so happy that you're also continuing with TFI so that I can meet you very often.
Luckily enough, that day we also got to converse a bit, and we realized how similar we are to each other. And over the last 2 years, I have not only found a friend, but a wonderful family member.
I think you've done a fantastic job with the girls, and with even working with the parents, working with school team, working with all the challenging situations in school. And I think you are one of the reasons why the LC and the culture in the LC is the way it is. I think it's you and a lot of other second years who've done a fantastic job in the second year, working as FAs, working with the schools, working with the new fellows who've come in, who are eager to learn, being so open to people coming to your class, people asking you questions, people hounding you even in Parishkar, asking you each and everything that you wanted to learn.
Even the little memories that I have are extremely special. You sent me a message once saying that no matter what, this relationship will stay. We need not meet, but it will be always there. I think I cherish that a lot, and every single conversation, specifically when I opened up to you about a personal story, the way you supported, the way you spoke, I really hold all of that very dear to you. You have an extremely important place in my life, and I hope we keep in touch for as long as time exists.
When you came to the city and you joined school, and some of the challenges that you faced right at the beginning around being accepted, around being religious or not religious, and I remember once again, we spoke at a city conference, and where you found it really difficult to share that you were struggling because you felt you weren't being positive, or you weren't holding on to the sense of possibility. And again, just your simplicity, your what stood out was just your desire to imbibe those values and push yourself all the way to the edge to be that person that you think is needed for our kids.
I will always remember you. There will be times when I'm back in Canada where I will miss you greatly, but when I feel a little bit low and upset, I will think about the memories that I have with you, and I think that will always inspire me, because the work you do and the way you talk to people motivates me to be the same. It reminds me to be a more gentler and calm person around the people that I meet. Thank you for that.
There is this one really beautiful thing about you, Neida, which is your ability to look at the bright side of everything. I think that is going to take you places in your life. Like, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, never stop appreciating the little things. And one thing I definitely want to tell you is, you don't know how amazing you are. You really need to believe that you are extremely amazing, because that's what it is.
It wouldn't be without who you were that we would have been able to achieve so much with the kids in that school, with the teachers, with the management of that school. And I hope that you always remember that every challenge that you faced and every time you pushed yourself to overcome those challenges has been one step towards your children and your girls knowing that this is possible, and there is a world outside of what they live in, and where girls are treated as equals, and where girls can be who they want to be. They don't have to be put away behind doors, behind a parda. And if it wasn't for your courage, I don't know if this world would have been real for your girls. And I am so grateful and so thankful and so privileged once again to just be a part of your journey.
I think the other thing that I've seen, the other place that I've seen you work in is with the selection team over the 2 years. And whenever I talk to any member of the selection team, all I hear is, oh, Neida's really up to date with the work. The quality of her work is really good in terms of whether it just be accuracy of the work you do or the timeliness of it. I think it has been absolutely fantastic, and I'm absolutely not surprised that you're going to join the selection team.
I wish you all the love and luck. As a selector, we really need people like you who are going to support the rest of the selectors across Teach for India in making much smarter decisions so that we get more people just like you and Shrey into the fellowship for our kids and our girls. Good luck with that, and congratulations on completing your fellowship, on being a selector. I won't be around to be a part of this journey, but I can't wait to hear a lot more stories. Good luck.
Why? What was wrong with that?
No, it was perfect. So yeah.
You forgot to switch it on.
You just the sibling I never had. I have a sibling.
मैं बाल भी तो धो के आई हूँ आज properly.
अब तो मैं नहीं जाऊँगा. I will wait till you finish. Till you finish it. I will make you laugh when you do this. फिर खाली blooper नहीं लाएगा.
Can you go where the van is? Hello? Are you filming me shouting at Ram? I want you to see where the boys are sitting. Sit there.
It's not adding the 10 kgs, right?
No, it's not.
Then that's fine.
Whatever dies will die. It's perfect.
I'm thanking Neida anymore.
That's it.